Good morning and welcome to the 10 a.m. daily weather brief. To get us started, we will begin by taking a look at our larger scale atmospheric features for the week ahead and see how that is going to be driving the weather here on the shore as we move forward. As of currently, we are expecting to see some prolonged cold temperatures lasting throughout the week as we do have an upper level trough parked over the region, which we can see in the bottom left there, and an area of high pressure that is currently taking control of the southern plains and deep south, which can be seen in the upper left. And in general, those two features are going to work together to keep our weather rather consistent, given that there's going to be a lack of change in those upper level flow patterns, and therefore we can expect those cold temperatures and dry conditions to be the overarching themes for the next few days as we move forward. Additionally, the coolest mornings are likely going to be Thursday and Friday as that high pressure that is down south begins to move eastwards and settles just west of our area. And also on Wednesday night and into Thursday morning, there will also be a slight chance of some light snow. However, the nature of that snow should be rather scattered and limited in coverage, with accumulations not really being of much impact. And then looking ahead to the weekend, we'll see low pressure develop once again off the southeast coast. And now with that, there is a good bit of uncertainty given it is about a week out. And these pictures here represent Saturday and Sunday specifically. But depending on whether that low stays offshore or moves a bit closer to the coast, those impacts are going to vary significantly. However, with the current outlook, cold temperatures do look to be in place as mentioned earlier, and if that low forms and picks a reasonably close approach to the coast, it also appears that would be funneling in just enough moisture to where we could have yet another snow event. But again, this is a bit far out for any exact estimate as of timing and or impacts. And to better illustrate this point here, or this scenario, if we look at the top two images here, these are just snapshots of the Euro model, the European model, in which we can see that this high pressure over the Midwest is going to be pumping down clockwise cold air, and then this low is going to be pumping in counterclockwise moisture. Now, that low, if it moves across the Carolinas and comes up to the northeast, this low has it at a reasonable distance from the coast, not too far, not too close, to where we wouldn't be overrunning our situation with rain, and there would be a reasonable chance of seeing a good amount of snow. Whereas if we look down here to the Canadian, we see that low develops down off in the southeast, and then it moves northeast, but much further away. And in this scenario, we would likely see limited, if any, we would probably see very little amounts of precipitation in this scenario. So, the models are kind of diverging in many aspects, but the Euro has been on to this for a couple of days now, and so have other models. They've started picking up on the idea of at least the low forming off of the coast, which again would set us up for the potential for another storm. Now, moving on to the 24-hour forecast for the day ahead, we are seeing cloudy conditions here this morning. Those are expected to continue into the afternoon or into the late morning, and then we'll start to see those clouds decrease in coverage in the afternoon and to close out the working hours. That trend then continues overnight, and then we should see mostly clear skies come tomorrow morning. As for our temperatures today, they do look to remain rather stagnant and climb to about 30 degrees. However, tonight they do look to drop into the mid-teens, potentially even lower if those winds die down further, given that we will be looking at some clear skies. And for our winds today, this is really the main headline, if there were to be one for this forecast period. The winds are expected to be increasing throughout the day, and at the close of business hours, we should start to see those winds really pick up, and those will persist and then start to come down to those morning hours when things settle out just a bit. And if you were to look at radar imagery right now, you could also see that there is a slight chance of seeing a shower pass through, although it does look like that line of showers, well, snow showers at that, does look like that is starting to dry out. So a very slight chance that we see some passing flurries or even freezing rain in the next hour or so, hour or two. Now, for the short-term risk chart here on Tuesday, we can anticipate mostly sunny conditions and it being a bit breezy and orange on the board for the chance of seeing a wind advisory. Tuesday night, partly cloudy and slightly breezy. Those winds should be on the decline from the daytime hours, and we'll also see a low in the mid to upper teens. And then for Wednesday, partly to mostly cloudy with a high of 28 and greens across the board. Which brings us to our 7-day forecast ahead. See mostly turning to partly cloudy conditions today, high of 30, and then we'll see a mostly sunny day tomorrow. Wednesday, we see a short wave pass by in the upper levels, might generate a few snow flurries with cool temperatures continuing. And Friday, partly to mostly cloudy, then clouds building in on Saturday and Sunday associated with that low that we were talking about earlier. Temperatures still below freezing and introducing the chance of seeing some snow. Now that is going to conclude the 7-day outlook. Hope everyone has a great day. We'll be back tomorrow at 8:15 with the daily weather operations brief.